It's here I like to remind people, well, if no one else than myself, that when you are working with basically a EULA or EULA end user license agreement and other things, it's important to make sure where each of those are tied to. And I'll mention more about that in a moment. As I set this run up with a Knight Errant. We're playing with Aaron, but we're also seem to have random item stats, and I double clicked so many times that World of Horror crashed, so I'm just going to have to pull up World of Horror again, which is really strange. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. Again, we're keeping this recording for the sake of, keeping the setup and intro correct so that I know what I'm playing with. Again, we're working with custom Old God, but that should be far from the least of my worries. Unless a custom character graphic breaks, the game bugs out, or something really random happens. But yeah, as we get into this here, let's, for timestamp's sake, announce this. So, as we get into Aaron Knight Errant random item stats custom character once more, we get a stat decrease. This time it's perception. We didn't really need it. We can run ally attack, even though we don't have fame. But let's see if I really do that. Depends on the mysteries. Light, second mystery, charisma, Takshisan, knowledge, and maybe a dexterity check, but we have a charisma check. Might not get a light source, so really 3 stamina, 3 reason. And yeah, and as I'm going through, it's, again, game dev talks. Should be a little bit more game dev talk than the little bits I sprinkle. And in this, I mean, again, have to go through all of my assets, whether they're graphical, sound effects, music, even code plugins for RPG Maker specifically, as we get painting, mermaids, ramen, what could have been arcade, phantasms, and flat. So definitely flat and phantasms second and third. I want to save painting for later, so I guess we actually take mermaids now. But yeah, just making sure that you give credit where credit is due, or follow any terms, and make sure you're not breaking any, which is the really important part. So I said I wanted to do ally attack. That means you have to walk forward a bit. Before we do that, threat levels. Flat phantasms, eh? We also do have painting, so we do have mansion investigations eventually. What's our other maxed out level location? Hospital? High seaside. Yeah, we'll do mansion. We'll be visiting the mansion at least a few times, so I can kind of turn my brain off. But I still need to do one investigation first. Also, Aaron can just grant me a lot of stuff. So you get a lot of tiny cuts. Oh my goodness, my body. And yeah, moving on. So now that we have 10 experience, I really hope I grab a student without having to spend experience. That way I can do creepy story and get our recruits on. And I think I still should have the illegal den enabled. So Yoichi, actually want to get rid of Yoichi, but I guess we won't. Actually, let's ask the question and see if I can double my funds and grab another ally. No, we cannot. So, I guess we get nerfed down to 10 damage. If we get... I guess we'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see. So, we still definitely want to grab cigarettes from the... cigarettes from the vending machine. A brick would have been nice, but we don't really get the luxury. And 29% doom, so... off we go. And yeah, here's hoping Aaron doesn't hurt me too badly. And when Aaron grants us good effects, that Aaron does a lot for us. But, again, we'll have to see what happens there. Otherwise, keeping in mind we have the inspiring novel in case we need it. But, at the end of this mystery, we do want to use this Champagan. So, that's not Champagan. And then, yes, I'm saying it off on purpose because apparently, along with the thing reference I made long ago, I made basically a lot of Futurama references, even though I wasn't really conscious of it. Also, we have burns, so now we have to actually get rid of that while grabbing our painkillers, but hey. But before we end this mystery, we certainly want to do a thing. I forgot. Oh, we're in, yeah, mermaids right now, mermaids. For some reason, I almost thought we were in sailors, because I keep seeing the seaside location. But anywho. Yeah, just doing a quick check just to make sure I have everything I set. Again, I mentioned I had a swerve on game development. It was for a good reason. The game mechanics that I put forth were not the greatest. Shrug. We're also probably just gonna burn this... take the burn. Never mind. We can just agree and take Doom instead. Now, our Doom is at 52% at the end of this mystery. And we have Knight Errant, and we have Aaron. So actually, this could go really, really badly. In fact, it is already going badly. So maybe I don't want to run ally attack. Again, bare minimum you need 6 charisma, but preferably you want fame or some other increase. We also had Kana if you didn't have to do flat, but that's a different worry altogether. We also have Phantasm, so this could be super Doomland. But yeah. That on top of, again, if I do put out anything, it's going to be something very small, and it certainly won't be Little Kitten, because Little Kitten, I had to make the biggest swerve. For other projects, I had to get acquainted, and then had to go through, basically, asset terms check, or EULA check. We did fail, by the way, so there's a lot of Doom. But I might do it a second run. Yeah, with Aaron giving us a bunch of Doom and giving us slower actions in general, it would not be great. We get to lower Doom at times, but I promise Stench Stricken. Double setback, by the way. Rolled 14 twice. What are the odds of that, by the way? I think it's like 0.01%, but let me just make sure, because the odds of rolling one dice roll are that, yeah, so 0.01% chance of rolling 14 twice in a row. Oh my goodness. Also, I don't think I actually updated my perm yet for myself, question mark, but I guess I'll have to find out. I'm going crazy, by the way. So, yeah, we don't get to do much. Just gotta gamble. There's a chance, but unless we have to hit both attacks and they both have to roll high. Otherwise, time for a kick party. So, off we go. But yeah, 73% Doom moving into our third mystery is not where you want to be. So, yeah, 71, 77 because Knight Errant, but there's no way we're fighting the boss with 6 charisma ally attack, 4-5 allies even. Even though that is the bare minimum amount, I promise you usually want more. So, yeah, we'll do our best. I don't know if it'll be enough. I actually don't think it'll be enough. But we can take flat now. We'll pop the Inspiring Novel in case we need the kicks. The extra kick damage on top of... the dog is gone. Not that I use Dog Shop. But yeah, the extra kick damage on top of ally attack might help out. And I guess I'll give you a freebie if you've listened in so far, here so far. But, yeah, for the World of Horror, quote-unquote, World of Horror fan game, unofficial fan game that is not going to be commercialized, I won't even take donations for it, is, it's going to start really small. Pretty much think the School Scissors tutorial option on the main menu with maximum 2 characters. Because I want to see if I can not emulate events, because that would mean I have to implement a lot in just a small time, but the other reason why I do this, hey, there is a chance to get an ally here, but the other reason I do things that way is because I find it, well, to some extent comforting, but more so helps me think through game development myself, just to do work on something else, whether it's a very small project or starting a project that might just end up never finishing, but I also at least get to, you know, put my mind through coming up with mechanics and whatnot. Oh my sweet goodness, we missed 270% chances in a row. RNG just going right down the gutter here. We have to keep ally attacking though. We don't really have a choice in the matter. So, yeah, we're just going to gamble. If we take 9 stamina damage overall, then so be it. Otherwise, we're just going to go for a kick here. We could low roll this. Actually, it doesn't matter because we have an ally. So minimum we do 10 damage, but we have to have been hitting the attacks. I'm sure my grammar was incorrect there, but as we get 91% Doom and move on to our fourth mystery, yeah, there's no way I'm going to end a run like this. But place your bets to see how far I get before we lose the run. Also, yes, I was supposed to be taking Charisma, but I was considering maybe I needed to brace for flat. Could have done that, but decided not to. Decided to just roll on ally attack. We could have saved a lot with ally attack if I hit the first 2 attacks. First 2 ally attacks in the first turn. Then I could have gone for maybe brace kicks, but because that didn't happen, I'm pretty sure I missed 1 attack, right? Maybe I hit both, but at this point, with my Doom at 93% in painting, it's not looking good. The best we can do is probably roll both Doom decreasing events and then fight the boss. We'd have to because we're on Knight Errant, but yeah, we'll see. That's a nice start because that's a custom event that lowers Doom by 5, but unless we get a bunch of other good luck here... I was thinking about the grammar of that sentence. Yeah, it's not looking good, basically. I promise you that. We can arm sling for the sake of doing so. Don't know if I'm gonna get more. If we do get a bit, basically, so if we were to talk about anything really, because I'm pretty sure the arm sling is a base item. I don't use so many items in this game, but the arm sling in particular is good because especially if you have something to replace it with, like the flashlight, you can equip the arm sling. And then strategically, yeah. So, and if you heal stamina, you can unequip the arm sling or re-equip something else, so that your stamina goes down. Otherwise, it's a good it's the good opposite action to, hey, you equip the arm sling, but then maybe you lose 3 stamina. Then you obviously want to keep it equipped. That way, you're not sitting at 1 stamina, and you won't just lose by stamina. But as we fight the painting here, we probably just have to end up taking this in the face. We don't really get to race into anything substantial, so yeah, the kick is nice, and yeah, we take 2 reason, but I promise you the 10 damage I'll get overall from that is not going to be enough to get me out of this encounter. So, what we can do here, though, is probably throw the arm sling. And my question is... Oh, we don't have the blah, blah, blah. I thought I was doing 5 damage with kicks because of the inspiring novel. That's not the case, so we have to gamble. Do we have to gamble? No? Question mark? Yes. So we'll prep the flashlight to throw, and yeah, we need to. Well, we did not high roll on our ally attack, but it's fine. Well, our doom isn't fine, but at least we got through the other mystery. So if you were betting that I wasn't going to get through that mystery, boy, oh boy. But yeah, when we get to ramen here, a few things need to happen. We immediately need to monument. And then we just walk forward, and the worse it gets, the worse it gets. Alternatively, Aaron could decrease our doom for us. Keep in mind, again, if you use Aaron right as it is right now, because I don't know if it's been updated. If it hasn't been updated, there's a chance for your doom to just be set to 0, which is, yeah, that's going to pretty much make sure you never lose by doom. And to some extent, stamina and reason. We're doing another run, by the way. To some extent, stamina and reason, because you can just rest at home with all the doom that you just got. Basically, on average, getting such if there is ever an effect that can decrease your, I don't know why I'm going through this one, that can decrease your doom or set your doom to 0, essentially you have gained however much doom that you had at that moment. So Hunted by the Cult. And I'm just going to say we have 3 custom mysteries, but no random item stats. So, yeah, let's... The last run as this character before we move on. I feel like, so, just really quickly, please let me know if I've skipped... I know I've skipped characters in packs, but I don't know if I've skipped a character in general, from the Discord specifically, as we get into Aaron Cold stuff. And let's grab a weapon, please. And, yeah, if I skipped a character, let me know. Otherwise, I'm kind of just also flip-flopping to the Steam Workshop as well. Toxicon, Light, second, every single non-stat check immediately, but then Charisma and Dexterity. So, we have a weapon. No, yeah, we don't have Fame. And we're probably with the butterfly knife. I keep wanting to just say butter knife, but you get the point. We have a weapon, and we don't have really anything to help out ally attack unless we see Kana here. If we see Kana, I'll consider it, but we don't. So Teacher, Hell, Story, Shibas, and Shuttle. So Shuttle, Teacher, Story, and then something Shibas, Hell, Shibas. Not particularly the first 3 mysteries in the order I gave, but we can actually take Shuttle first, so yeah. But I was talking about something and I completely forgot. I also probably didn't even use the bath. I definitely didn't even get the funds from the thingamajiggy, but we want to just open up funds anyway, so we'll just open up funds. But otherwise, we're going to walk forward with the butterfly knife. Still saves you a bunch of doom, starting with a weapon, assuming you are able to use it for at least over half of the run, but hey. And by over half of the run, I mean after the 3rd mystery, if you need some kind of anything that would help you in battle, yeah, you would want that by the time you get to your 4th mystery. If you have a very slow weapon that only does like 5 damage, or you have a fast weapon that has 3 damage, and you don't want to keep gambling. But, yeah, I completely forgot what I was talking about. Well, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, if you notice that I did not play a character, please let me know, especially if you care. But otherwise, yeah, I'm trying to play every custom character that came out up to basically whatever now, word-wise, would be. So at the time of this video, yeah, certain characters might have not come out yet, but 2 weeks later, maybe another character comes out. So I'm basically just trying to play every custom character that I can comfortably play, and I'll leave that phrasing as is. But pretty much I'll be able to play like 97% of custom characters perfectly fine. Yeah, so teacher story. We do have 7 strength, so teacher will be a lot better for us. Did I set random item stats? Why is the small candle doing... I must have, because I was like, the butterfly is doing 5 damage. That's not normal, but... that extra 10 speed between small candle and the butterfly knife more than makes up... Like, if my dexterity was, like, even at 3, I'd be like, oh, still use the butterfly knife. Why do I keep saying butter knife, by the way? Anywho, faster strong attack. I don't think we fought a single enemy yet, by the way, but... Meh. I also forgot to grab the figurine fund, but hey. And yes, I was gonna say so I can buy a pack of cigarettes for the nicotine rush buff, but we'll find out. Yeah, so this character has the pretty much the general / pro tag perks, which are the survival instinct, winging it, on top of unrelenting, predestined, which is pretty safe, you know, pretty usable overall, but it's not the biggest increase, but it's not bad. End of sentence. And oh, so yeah, the other thing to note is the reason why I talked about not being sure about custom characters is that I am tracking which custom characters I'm using. Also, I never visited the police station. But for some reason, I feel like the Discord mod repository channel just went crazy for some reason. And so I was a bit odded out. Also, my charisma increased at some point. Yeah, popularity. That must increase your charisma. I know there's not enough space, but meh. I mean, you don't have to state the exact numbers everywhere, but sometimes, I mean, it would help out. Again, but that is completely a subjective opinion. That's because I personally don't like to obfuscate information from the player. If by default. Now, obviously, there are times I'd want to do that, but not this time. So, let's see. Yeah, the first strong attack is bleh, but right after that, as we put Sensor Bunny on screen, back to prep attack. Now, I probably could have braced into something significant, but I'm feeling a bit lazy here. So, time to brace into teacher attack, and off we go. But yeah, it's because when I was looking at, and I tried sorting the mod repository channel on /forum on the Discord, but for some reason I feel like, again, I'm just confused. And the way I was trying to play it is that I was trying to play older characters at the beginning of the series, and as the series goes on, we play more recent characters. But again, I am playing pretty loose. I don't need to directly play characters in a linear order because that would have taken me more effort than need be. But hey, also, I realize we're in story now. We get to level up at least, but there's not really anything actually, you know what? Yeah, let's take knowledge just in case we get brain damage. And I think we just gamble, right? Yeah, we just gamble, because 2 training for -2 all is probably the average you're gonna do on story for most players. Now, obviously, if you're a more knowledgeable player, you can probably do a lot better, but hey, also, we did run into a ghost. Unfortunately, this is a 3-turn. Fortunately, though, this only does 1 doom. Now, how much experience I'm gonna get, that's a different story. Yeah, 20 experience for 3 doom, that's above average, for sure. But as for the other parts of this mission, again, you have to look at World of War as a whole, so seeing what your overall thing, like, you could have, say, oh my goodness, I missed so many 70% there, by the way. But yeah, you could have like scissors into flood and get the scissors and be like, oh, I'm at 20% doom on my 3rd mystery. Suddenly you're in, like, if you're playing with custom mysteries, you're playing with like flat story and you fight the boss of Auteur, then you're just like, ow, I'm in pain, on top of like regular encounters slapping you in the face. No, you know what? We're just gonna bet the farm on this. That's not a common phrase. I just recently started using that phrase and I don't know why. But as we use that corpse dust because we have nothing better to do with our lives. Also, I should be having all these empty bottles in our inventory for the purpose of throwing them, if nothing else. Also, note that we have 2 corpse. We had 2 corpse dust. Luck is if you had to sacrifice or if you had to say another way, a better way to get what I'm trying to say out, is that the bottom 2 stats, luck would be one of the 2 bottom stats, if not the bottom. In fact, dexterity is better because dodge is still used a lot more than you need the luck, I think. I'm trying to think of the most severe penalty or damage you take for not having high luck. I was gonna make a comment about throwing an empty bottle at a ghost and doing so much damage to 2-turn there, but yeah, so... yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway. Off we go. We actually can guarantee 2 attacks here. Now, the annoying thing about this is that, yeah, I can only save that sequence, but I guess, I mean, I could just do the opposite. Also, I took so much damage there. Why did I take so much damage? I'm going absolutely crazy. Well, either way, I'm pretty sure I wasn't paying attention to my HP and I somehow lost, which... I'm sure that was Aaron's fault, if nothing else. Future Jordan will know. But yeah, without further ado, I guess I'll just cut myself out there because I lost. But yeah, if you have anything... I mean, I might as well close off this video normally then. Yeah, if you have anything to say, any comments, concerns, suggestions, things you want to see in World of Horror, from me, some kind of playthrough, or otherwise, please let me know. I can't grant every request because some requests would take a lot more effort and mostly time to do, but I'll do my best. But yeah, without further ado, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye!